Welcome back to Nowt
Welcome
But Red
back.
Flags, episode 2. I'm Chloe.
I'm Sophia, and you're here to spill the tea.
I am here to spill the tea.
Here we go.
We've got the tea. I'm here to spill it.
Tell me.
Yeah, I've had a week this week. It's
Right.
been a weird week.
Where do we start?
I've had a good week. Things have done a bit of a 180,
Okay.
a very, very big one. Not,
Feels like there's a lot of tea to spill.
yeah, there is.
So I'm going to have to go and look at the script of what you've got to tell
Oh,
me here
God.
now.
So, not necessarily a bad 180. I think it's been just an interesting week. Like, things have happened I didn't think would happen. Things have happened I did think would happen and then proceeded to happen.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. Get in the bin.
This
Like,
girl. Oh my gosh.
fucking,
We've only just started.
fucking get yourself in the fucking bin, hon.
No. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, but then something's happened that's actually been really nice. And obviously, me and my dating history would think that that's probably all going to go a bit tits up, but we can only crack on and see, can't we?
Okay.
So,
Right.
but we won't talk anymore on that.
The first and foremost, you are okay.
I am. Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
great.
You
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
let everyone know she's
Yeah,
okay.
really great. Really
Yeah.
looking forward to Christmas. Been on several ridiculous nights out this week. Christmas season's so fun. I love the Christmas, like, going out, seeing people you haven't seen for ages. Like, I was in a lock-in in my local pub on Thursday night till 1 o'clock in the morning. Didn't feel very well on Friday, as you know. Didn't feel very well this morning, to be honest.
But you're looking fine.
Lo-
Fake it till you make it, honey,
Looking
okay?
great. Looking great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, how's your week been?
Yeah, do you know what? Pretty steady compared to yours.
Mm.
I'm in a new transition of new lease of life for Sophia, but
Ooh.
look, we'll spill the tea on that one another time. But
Yes.
equally, yes, I'm absolutely fine, thank you.
Good, good.
And, look, festive period ahead, all positive,
Mhm.
and that's what we're gonna do on this pod. We're gonna be positive, but we're gonna spill some tea. Chloe has more tea to spill than
I've
me.
got some really good stuff for today. So
Right,
the
let's
episode
go.
today is about icks, which is like the most unserious topic of all time.
Okay.
And it is something that I just find completely hilarious. Just some of the stuff that I've spoken to my friends about this week that has given them the ick, or stuff that's even given me.
I think a lot.
But some of this is actually quite serious. Like, some of this
Okay.
conversation later will be a little bit serious, but icks in themselves are very unserious. They're very stupid.
Yeah, they're minor, but if it gives you the ick, then already you're like, red flag, I can't
Right.
really get past it. Or can you? Can you get past it?
Well, we
That's
will.
the thing.
We will go
Okay.
on to discover whether you can or you can't. I think sometimes, maybe. So,
Oh, getting serious here.
the pens are out.
Pens are out.
Are out. So, like, an ick to you, what is an ick? Not like a specific thing, just how would you define an ick in dating?
Well, don't come at me with that. You start, and then I will go from there because your dating is a lot more than mine's. Savage, but
So, I would say an ick is when you're getting to know someone. Obviously, everyone has the little nuances, little quirks in the personality. Like, I think for men that I date, maybe me doing this is an ick. Like,
yeah,
I can see how
no, I think you're overthinking that.
I can see how that would be an ick. Like, if I was dating a guy and he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I actually do this podcast where I talk about dating," I'd be like,
Yeah, but you're not directing it at anyone. You're just
of course not."
talking upon it, experience, and then equally, maybe people can relate to it. So that's a
Mm.
good thing.
I feel like you're absolving me of my icks, which I appreciate. So I think it's just one of those things that when you start dating somebody in the early stages, sometimes it can crop up like quite far down the line and they do something and it's something so minor, but it just makes you feel like a bit like, oh, I don't know if
But then we could go into really minor things here where I could say, "I don't like it when you leave the toilet seat over."
yeah, but I think that's just actually being in a
Just
relationship and someone's doing annoying stuff. I think an ick is, like, something very specific that seems really stupid. Like, when you're like, "Why has that just made me not be attracted to them anymore?"
I'm trying trying to think of, like, minor icks now. I don't like people in coloured polo T-shirts.
Right, that's are you that's a
Yeah,
problem.
okay. So now we've got that. I don't like men in polo shirts that are coloured, like,
That's
as in, like, a blue or a pink. Like, I feel like, "Are you a golf dad?"
oh my god.
You see
Yeah,
what
but
I
you're not wrong.
mean?
So my friend, I actually looked through.
Okay, so now I'm feeling sound. Feeling,
Yeah,
like, a
I
bit
say
more
that's
safe.
like, it's valid, but it's like that is, and this is what I mean, there's just those little things that you're like,
So, let's go to the minor
so
ones. Yeah, your friend.
my friend and me and my friend find icks the funniest topic of conversation. Like, we talk about it all the time. And I went through our WhatsApp chat and searched the word ick,
Because it drops down, yeah.
right? And there were like 400 results of just us talking about icks or like saying the word ick in a sentence. And one of them, and like somehow like
I don't know what you're gonna
yeah, but I
say.
can like rationalize it in my head, and I'm like, that is an ick. We were watching. Have you ever seen Dating Naked, the TV program?
Yeah, oh,
Right,
don't.
so stupid. Whatever, like another shitty dating show. Cool, but there was one scene where a guy was like in the water and he was wearing a life jacket, but the life jacket had like bunched up round his head. She was like, just seeing him with the life jacket bunched around his head gave me the ick. Like, and I'm like, why do I understand?
But why? Have you been there? Have you had that
No, well,
situation?
no, but it's just funny. Like, yeah, if like a
That
guy,
wasn't his
no,
fault.
I
That's so savage. Like,
I
it was
know.
his
But this
fault.
is what I
Like,
mean about
so
it.
life jacket is there to save his life. You're a
But
nasty
no,
girl.
no, no. This is what I mean about ick. So like, there's something so stupid, and it's like it can be like not even their fault, but it just activates this
Yeah, when
feeling
you
inside you,
cringe.
like the
Okay.
cringy feeling. And so there was a couple that like that WhatsApp chat is gold mine of stupid icks.
You need to, like, print all of these off going
Well,
forward, and then
and
we can
the
hear, like,
receipts,
yeah,
print them all off and stick them on my little pad.
what receipt? What was
No,
no.
about the chat. So
Right.
I don't know sometimes though if an ick is almost like intuition in disguise. And I think like men and women both get the icks, right? Like everybody does, but
Mhm.
everybody gets the ick. Everyone's had it. Everyone understands what I'm talking about. But is it a little bit deeper than that?
I think if you're fully getting the ick over something that's just tiny, I think that means you're trying to find a problem.
Yeah.
So I actually think if something's so minor, like, "Oh god, I don't like you in them trainers," I mean, coloured polo necks,
So is
right?
that your kind of intuition? Like you think you like this person and everything's like in your head, you're like, yeah, everything's going well. And then something so minor gives you the ick to the point where you're like, oh, I'm not attracted to this person. But is that actually just your intuition being like, this isn't right? Because if you really like someone and you really have feelings for them, there's nothing they can do that would make you not want to be with them. Maybe I'm just not that into them.
No, so maybe I don't know. I wouldn't say it's your mind telling you something. I think if something's giving you a bit of a, I'm not feeling it," then no. Like, maybe, can I deal with it? Can I not? Or
Yeah.
is that something that's gonna crop up and you're gonna use it as an excuse?
Well, right. Nail on the head.
Okay, go back.
Nail on the head. We'll talk about using it as an excuse
Yeah.
a little
Oh,
bit later on.
okay.
So, before we start and get into this, I've got a segment that I want to talk about, which is I actually had a message from someone who obviously will remain nameless about,
Pray for you.
yeah, and it was actually about our episode last week, which was on red flags.
Okay.
And she sent in a story that happened to her about a red flag. We're gonna do this every week, this segment.
Okay.
So,
I'm ready for it.
I don't think you
Use the
are.
script. Come on,
Listen, I've written it
hit me
down
up.
here. So, when she was younger, she dated somebody who she thought fancied his own sister. So let me give you some context. So his sister was a model, so
Right.
obviously was very beautiful, right?
Okay.
But he would go to events or be at like out with her, but be talking about his sister and saying things like, she's like so beautiful, she's stunning. And my friend was like, I don't know why, but it just felt weird. It just felt weird. Obviously, yes, that is a massive red flag. Like, that's so strange.
Okay. Right. So, do you want my opinion on that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to your point there, so we can address what the hell went on there.
Yeah.
But I was in a relationship, and the the partner at the time, his sister was quite protective of him,
Mhm.
which I kind of get it. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know that I do fully get it, because really it's usually the brother, the man that's protective of the younger sister, but she was older. And I was like, "Do you fancy your own brother?" And it was like, there was a few things where it was like, "Oh, I don't think you should be together." And I was like, "Why? Like, we're good. We're sound. This is a long time ago." And I was like, "I don't understand. Why would I not be with him?" And it was all of these things, like, pushing me away, and I thought, "Do you actually, like, want to be with your own brother?"
Would you feel comfortable with your boyfriend telling people in the pub or on a night out, "Oh,
My
yeah, my
sister's
sister's, like, the most
stunning.
beautiful girl
No.
in the world," and you're stood there as his girlfriend, like,
No,
s
no, absolutely not.
right.
So what did this lady do about this?
Well, the end of the story, like, I can't say too much because obviously I don't want anyone to know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about, but he basically and I think obviously the relationship is over now, but he ended up, which also is utterly hilarious. He basically, when they broke up, he cut up a photo of her and like basically dismembered her on a photo and left it on her bed. And I'm like, this
Psycho.
guy just sounds. I was like, why were you even
Absolute
with him in the first place?
psycho.
Like hilarious, but not okay.
No.
Literally, like, but he'd like cut real like round her arms and legs like really carefully. Like, do you know, like,
Oh my lord. This
yeah,
guy needs locking up.
insane. So
That is insanity.
that is our red flag story of the week.
Yeah. Throw some more at me, please.
So yeah,
So is he with his sister now?
I don't
What's this again?
just normalcy's sake that he's not with his sister. I assume he's probably not. That would be fucking weird. But there you go.
These things happen.
These things happen. Well, so moving
Next.
back to icks.
Okay.
So first time ick. I think this is quite hard. We were talking about this before we started recording. I will tell you a story about when I got the ick,
Mhm.
and it was like a moment when I just knew I was done. And it is a really stupid. It's a
I'm,
really
like, rolling my eyes because 'cause I'm like, "What next?"
yeah, but I know honestly the chaos.
The chaos of Chloe.
Yeah,
Chloe chaos.
I do need to calm down. So I did actually write here the moment you knew it was over, and it fully was the moment I knew I was like, "There's no going back from this." I'd been seeing someone for a very, very long time, and I'm talking years, and we were having a bit of a rough time, and I think it was one of those things like you're trying to sort it out and whatever, but I went out on a night out with my friend in the little town where I
What are you gonna
live,
tell me? Okay.
and we went in. So me and my friend had planned this night out, and we walked into this bar, and the guy that I was seeing was stood at the bar, like, directly in line of eyesight of the door. Obviously, I'm like, "Why would
Waiting
you
for
be here?" Like,
right.
there was there was no conceivable reason why he would have been there. So I'm like, "You wouldn't have gone there because the chances are you probably would have seen me." So, like, you've gone there knowing that I'm gonna be there, or there is a potential for me
Yeah,
to be there.
intentional.
Fine. That wasn't even the ick. This is when it gets really stupid because, like, the fact that he was there should have been enough. Should have been like, ugh. But it was worse because he was
What
so
are
the
you guys
bar was, like, resting on the bar, like, looking just, like, a bit cocky, and he had his collar on his jacket, like, turned up.
Blech.
Like,
Thinking he's the guy.
I think maybe I mean,
Well, it
to be
turns
honest,
out
it could have just been he was feeling a bit nervous and, like, was
what,
trying
and he
to
popped his collar?
no, it was just
I'm feeling nervous. My
yeah.
girl's coming in and she's not my girl anymore.
But, yeah, it was just and honestly, that was the moment I thought like, I still absolutely adored him. Like, I loved him so much, but I was genuinely, I was like,
Ew. Maybe you needed that, like, little reality check of like, you're not for me, actually. I've been holding on to something that's
"Yeah,
not
put your
actually
collar
there."
down and piss off." So,
That's a definite. I think, are we on X or red flags? Because I think that's a red.
what yeah, we can send off, red card that.
Yeah,
No mind a red flag, get off
after the
the
way,
pitch,
girl.
get off the pitch.
Could have been worse. Good night, Vienna.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's my personal moment I knew it was over ick story. I'd love to hear a story that you've got about having an ick.
Need to pause. So, right, my ick is when maybe the guy has got a bit of the needle with you, so to speak. I think that's a Manchester
I
phrase.
think it is. You have to
Yeah,
explain what that means.
yeah.
I have
When
no idea what that means.
so when someone's got the needle with you, I don't actually know whether it's Manchester or not, but like when they've got the needle, they're pissed off at you. As a man, think that this is the way that we're going to approach it. So I'm going to put like a load of things on Instagram. I'm going to not reply to you, but yeah, blue tick me and leave me on blue tick, and knowing that we will be thinking what's going on there. And then he starts posting, and it's like, oh, I'll repost a story. Oh, I'll put this on. Well, you never did that before, did you?
Mm.
So all of a sudden, oh God, your social media is very active. I find this a huge ache because then it's like, what are you trying to do?
Well, it's
Why?
giving beggy.
Well, exactly. Like, why don't you just come at us and say, right, I'm pissed off at you. I want a reaction. I'll give you a reaction if you want. So what I'm saying is, if they try and like make you feel a bit shitty by posting or blue ticking you on WhatsApp or not answering your calls or not replying, then that's an ick for
That's
me
your ick.
massively because
Well, it's just
what
disrespect,
yeah,
actually.
it is, but it's also like you're pathetic because you actually can't answer the question in hand or directly approach me and say, right, that's a problem.
Yeah, just be what, just upfront.
Literally. Like time is money, honey.
But is that I think like that is you getting the ick from a lack of emotional intelligence.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. But like I think you can relate to
Oh,
this where
100%.
people are doing things indirect subliminal messages like what we're doing now.
But it's not even subliminal.
It's fucking blatantly obvious.
It's bliminal. Like, listen, like, I'm not fucking stupid.
I know, but then what? That's an ick for me. Like, you're gonna post, and you want us to sit at home and be like worried and upset about
Mm,
like you and what you're doing. Why? I think that's quite game playing.
yeah.
I don't really like that. We don't need to be like thinking, oh, what's he doing? Why is he not replying
And
to
also,
me?
most of the time, I genuinely don't care.
I hope you don't.
Like, I actually do not care what you're doing, as long as it's nothing to do with me.
Right.
So, segment 2, the pettiest icks. Now, we have touched on this a bit.
I think
My friends have sent me so many this week.
scary.
like, thank you, appreciate you, love you, but they have sent me some of the most unhinged, stupid stuff that I've ever heard in my life, which I find utterly hilarious. And I think if I feel like this will be cool, like, men will be like, girls are actually crazy. I don't think it is being crazy. I just think it is quite funny. And
I
this
don't
is,
know what
it's
I'm
like
about to
modern
hear.
dating. It's all of that. It's very amusing. So
Go on, hit me up.
when a man dances in a nightclub,
Oh, no.
it's
It's
true,
a no.
isn't it? It's
Just
true. I don't
straight
understand
up
why.
no.
They're entitled to do whatever they want.
No, they're not.
It is
I am
the
no, no.
the
Do
good.
people do that?
Like, it's that
What
like
people do?
it's that like standing in the
I can't even do
corner.
it because I know what it is, but I can't do
I
that.
can't do it. I'll be
No,
sick.
I will be sick.
So that was one that got sent, and it just really made me laugh because I was like, why can I and every other woman relate to that? Because I don't know why.
No.
Like, you're in a nightclub, like that's the whole point. You're supposed to be dancing, but it's like that. You know, that's always that one guy that's like stood, sort of.
Thinking he's the it,
You think,
like he's the it
yeah,
man.
you think your dog's bollocks. You stood in the corner and you're like doing like
Good
your little like
days. Oh my god.
bop.
I am so old. I've not seen that since Tokyo's 2002 or
Oh,
something.
so that was one that got sent in this week. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I can't remember the last time I went in a nightclub, to be honest.
No.
Why am I calling it a nightclub like I'm like 93? Can't remember the last
Dinner
time I
and
went to
drinks, darling, these
yeah,
days.
it is dinner and drinks. I quite like going to the pub, like I said, like I do a
Yeah.
lock-in. Did a lock-in on Thursday.
I don't know places that do lock-ins these days. Let
Like,
me
well,
know
yeah,
where they
well, it's
are.
yeah, you know, chaotic Chloe strikes again.
Yeah.
So, this one. And actually, this is also relatable, and I'm like, why is she so right? These are all from the same person.
Right.
Saying Pacific instead of
Oh,
specific.
don't, that gets me. Oh my, I feel like that's a guy thing, you know. They don't know how to say it specific.
It's funny, innit? Like, what? Like, it's like when
Pacific, I'm like, "What, the fucking ocean?"
yeah.
You're on about the fucking
Yeah.
ocean. So, yeah, that's an absolute unfortunately, somebody who I
Oh,
have been with has done that, and I
no.
in a Barney as well.
That is
It's the
giving
worst.
straight to jail.
Yeah, but, like, in the middle of a Barney, right,
Oh,
and
but
they're
then you
like,
don't just
"Oh, the
laugh.
Pacific Point," I'm like,
I twitch, I go in,
"Lost."
like, all you wanna
No,
do
but
is,
I'm
like, just
just
shut
like,
up.
"Yeah, you've lost the argument there." Like, Pacific, no.
Hmm. This is one that I found on the chat with my friend that I'd said, and it is actually right, so, you know, like, I don't run and I don't go for runs.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
you're gonna
like
say about people running?
no. Right, it's just it's very specific this, but
Pacific.
it's Pacific. This is very Pacific. So
Can't cope. Go on.
oh,
Why did you drop that
oh,
word?
get your composure back, girl. So you're togged up for your run. You open the door.
Togged up, what
Right,
does
you're
that
doing
mean?
all like
Oh,
dressed in your
you
running
ready,
stuff. You're
right.
ready to go.
You run in uniform.
You're running uniform. You
Okay.
open the door, obviously, like, go out of your house. At what point do you start running? Like,
I think you went for like a gentle,
I
like,
feel like, when do you start? Like, at the
just
end of your
drop out the
drive, and
That's how long you driving.
you just sprint away from your door.
No, you get to the end of your drive depending
Are you
on where
speaking from
you live.
experience?
No, I don't run. They seldom
Are
run.
you
They
speaking
run
from
after
experience?
me.
I literally we did actually ask I remember asking my friend's fiancé about this because he is a runner, like, genuinely really good at it, and I'm like, "When do you start running?"
It's like when you're going to the
Yeah, but I'm like,
gym.
do you well, you might do, yeah, but it just the thought
No,
of someone walking out of their house
no, 'cause
and
I
then
don't
just
think.
fucking absolute Usain Bolt in it, like, down like, just
No,
away
I
from the
don't
front
think.
door.
It depends how long you drive or wherever you live. Then you just like get a bit of a fast pace on, and then when you got around the corner, start
Then
running.
it's Usain Bolt all the
Well,
way.
it's not. Who's Usain Bolting it around streets and drive?
Well, I don't know.
Are you on a running track?
I don't know. Can any runners
Please,
clarify this?
yeah.
What is the point when you start running? When do you start running? Do you just
Maybe it's like a gentle pace. Like maybe
and
it's
then you
like,
just
oh, I've started on the swift walk
right.
and then I've got to a bit of a jog and then you see someone you know and you're like, oh, I'm a runner.
I don't even think I'd run if someone was like trying to murder me or like chasing after me. I genuinely, there's nothing in this
Then
world
help.
that could make me want to run anywhere.
I think you'd know if you were in a life threatening
I
situation.
just don't think I'd do it. Just be like, I've had enough. Just take me now. Save me from any more terrible dates. Another one.
God,
mm,
I don't even know what's to come here.
They are quite funny. So this was a real life ick that happened to me.
Right.
And obviously, like this is actually probably it's quite. I think it's quite specific to me. This, to be fair,
Pacific.
Pacific. But I think that people will be able to relate. Maybe when on a date with somebody, like like it was a while ago, like last year, and it it gave me the ick that he ordered half a pint. Like listen, I like a pint. That's probably an ick. I'm just exposing my own icks. I do like a pint. I'm quite like I like a beer. I like to have a pint. I like a Guinness.
I love a Guinness.
I'm here for it. Like I actually quite enjoy, especially in the summer. Beer garden, pint. Love that. Love that vibe. But he ordered half a pint, and I thought,
Was there a reason? Was he driving?
no,
Were you paying?
no, he was paying.
Did he do that throughout the night?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, so I think we've got 2 problems here. Number 1, why is he doing that?
Well,
Did
I
you
don't
did you
know.
call him out on it?
Well, I did say it because I was like actually drinking a pint.
Oh, so you had a pint and he had half?
Yeah, and I think,
You were like, "No, no, because then that's awkward. It's
well,
like,
it's
"Why
just
are you doing
weird, isn't
that?"
it?
Yeah. Firstly, right, for me, I I don't, like, go out and order pints, but I do think that, like, women, you're stunning, so you can get away with
Oh,
it,
behave
but
yourself.
if people are gonna for me, I'm not mad for, like, a girl going out and
No,
having
that's probably an
pints.
ick.
I think it is for lads sat there caning pints.
Well, I'm not caning.
No, not you. I'm just
Fucking
saying
hell.
no, but I'm saying, like, I can see where the ick is there. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
say there's 2 sides to
Yeah,
that story, but I'm not quite sure what he was doing there. So you're like, "I'll have a pint and you have a half."
yeah.
What
Dunno. It wasn't great. It did just make me think, Like, I thought, "Can you not handle a pint, you spanner? Can't handle a pint? Mm,
You're funny.
go home."
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know, maybe he actually can't handle his
Well, exactly,
alcohol.
ew.
Babe, not everyone can just be, like, on the go like you are all the time.
No,
110 miles per hour.
I know. Some people like to relax with half a pint.
Don't be savage about a half pint though.
But, like, I'm just an absolute
You're a weapon.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think you should hold everyone up to your standards, really.
No, fair enough.
I think that is fair.
That is fair enough. So, there is a little section here called social media icks, which I really
Mm.
wanna talk about because I actually think this is really interesting. I am very active on social media, like, anyone that knows me, like, I'm always posting on Instagram. I'm all over TikTok. I love social media, and I think, like, it can be used in a really positive way. But you alluded to this earlier about people using social media in an icky fashion and trying to just make a point. And
It's like subliminal.
I think authenticity is really difficult on a social media platform because it is literally just a snapshot of your life. You can post loads of stuff on there, and unless they know you properly, they don't actually know the real you. And I think that's very apparent. Social media can cause people to get the ick because they're seeing what you're putting on there, which is just a very small fraction of what's actually going on in your life. So like, I post stuff all the time, but no one would ever know what's actually going on in my life. I'm very open about the pod. I'm very open about what I'm
So
up
talk.
to. I'll post if I'm out with you or my friends, like my dogs, all of that stuff's all over my Instagram. But I really try not to be, like, really personal on Instagram. When I've been through breakups before, I have not posted anything about that on Instagram because I actually
No.
I value my own privacy, but I have got a few social media related icks that I think are, like, applicable to men and women. Like, genuinely, I don't think it's
Okay.
specific. I don't think it's specific, but so,
That's gonna have to be like a tagline for us,
yeah,
specific.
it's very this is a very specific tagline. So,
Hit me up.
Instagram following. I'm gonna say these and you can be like,
Mm,
I'll tell you," and then you can
yeah.
say, "Yes, it would give me the ick," or, "No, it wouldn't."
Go on.
So, I'm gonna say it from a woman's perspective because I, in fact, am one. So, your Instagram following, you're dating someone, you look at because obviously everyone does this, everyone has a look, don't they? They all have a look.
Do
Like,
they?
oh, I have a look, yeah. You go on their following list or who they're following, and it's like girls, 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 like trashy Instagram models,
Yeah, yeah.
like that kind of vibe. Like every girl that you've ever known that's ever existed, and they're following them all, like they are some sort of lash tech. Like, are you a nail tech? Are you a lash tech? Why are you following 900 girls? Like, are you in everyone's DMs? Because the chances are, yeah, you probably are. Is that an it?
I don't know, like, I personally, I haven't got to the point of, like, looking through and seeing someone's
Well, then you're a
following.
better woman than I am.
No, no, I would
I think everyone does it.
I don't
It's like
know,
morbid curiosity.
but maybe that's, like, because we date different people and different
We do, we
ages,
do, we do.
okay,
That's very
right?
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, you have a different age following where Instagram's a thing.
Mhm,
Like, I the date people that are, like, off grid, not on grid.
mhm. I'm proper outing myself. Like, that's made me sound like an absolute nutter.
No, it
No,
hasn't.
but I think everybody does that. Like, I think everybody has, like, this because social media, like, it does create,
Yeah,
like, that
I get
environment of,
that.
"Oh my god, like, should I be worried?" So if I'm dating somebody, I'm very aware of the fact that, someone that I'm dating could go on Instagram and find, like, a million girls right at their fingertips that are, like, probably prettier than me, have a better figure than me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm not insecure about who I am as a person at all, but it is it can make you feel that way because you're like, "Oh my god, you're following all these pretty girls, like, why are you talking
I
to
don't
me?"
it's for me, like, I'm just like, "Why?" So, I don't understand why you'd be following them unless there's, like, maybe an ulterior motive, but,
Yeah,
like,
and it's like, that's what I mean about being in everyone's DMs.
what people do,
Yeah, it's a fucking shit show on
is
Instagram at the
it?
moment.
Oh my god, maybe I'm just old and ugly.
No, babe, no. Like, it's just do you know what it is? I think, like and I think it's the same for men and women, like, this is not me saying men are being shits 'cause, like, I know exactly what it's like. Like, you're on Instagram and obviously like, I mean, to be fair, I actually I can't remember I have slid into people's DMs before. Like, I have done that on Instagram. No, like, people that are like well, not people that I don't know, like, just people that, like, I've seen that I know them from, like, around or whatever, and I followed them on Instagram, and, like, I
Right,
will slide in someone's if I think someone's attractive and I'm single, I would slide into someone's DMs and be
right.
like, "Okay," so everybody does it. It's not I'm not
I'm not
calling out
saying
men.
no, no, like,
I'm not calling out men at all. Everybody does this. I think Instagram now is, like, actually used as some sort of, like, like a
the
dating
next
site. Yeah, yeah,
Tinder.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, is that an ick? And is it an ick the other way around as well? Well, yeah, probably. Like, I would say, like, that would make me be like, oh, I don't know about that. That's a bit fucking,
For me, yeah, like, if I was to look into that, I'd be like, "Well, why and who are they and what do they mean to do you know that person? Like, what's the reason you're following them?" If I was to look into it, but personally, I don't, like, look into something like that.
nah,
But I suppose if you got a bit deep down the line, you'd be like, "Why are
yeah,
all the" when you flick through, like, as I say, like, my history is people have not been on social media, and that's great because
yeah,
the more tools you have like that, the more you become insecure. You focus on things that are not
yeah, of course.
yeah, because 'cause you're like, "Oh, well, why is that? Why is that?" But I'm like, "Do you know what? Like, if I don't know, it can't hurt me, and if you're gonna screw me over, fucking crack on, what am I gonna do?" We say as women, more so than men maybe, we do have trust issues and insecurities, and I think that's for a man to actually make you feel like there's nothing for you to worry
Yeah,
about.
I think men have the same insecurities.
Yeah,
I think probably it maybe
possibly.
just doesn't get talked about as much.
Correct.
We won't get into my levels of self-worth today because I feel like they've taken a hit. So the other one is liking other girls' pictures on it's still social media, all social media, but liking
Mhm.
other girls' pictures, like other like pictures of other girls dressed up for the night out and blah blah blah.
No.
Because I actually think that's very disrespectful, and I think men would be like, "Oh, what the fuck are you talking about here?"
I'd be literally going insane. Like, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
because
"No, it's rude."
well, it's just
That's like being in a bar with you. Okay, so I'm your fella and
mm,
you're you, and him going, "Oh, you look gorgeous, love."
isn't it?
It's a
It is. I
massive,
really find it.
like,
It's probably
it's rude.
it's only part of, like, a wider issue, but I genuinely like of stuff that's, like, happened to me in the past. But I think probably every girl can relate to that. Like, I genuinely think it's really
But
disrespectful, and I think if I was out if I was doing stuff like that, I think actually I would be happy to be for someone to say to me like, "You like that selfie and that's really upset me," and I think that's really disrespectful because I would be like, "Yeah, do you know, well, I wouldn't even do it in the first place," but I'd be like, "Yes," because that's making you feel like you're not enough, and it's this whole thing of social media, the grass is greener because you're
so
looking
many
at
people say that. Yeah.
millions of blades of grass. Like you can look all over the world. Everyone's like at your fingertips. Follow, follow, follow. So you're thinking like she's
Oh,
fit,
yeah.
she's fit, she's fit. Follow, follow, follow. And like it has, I think like it does have this really negative effect on early dating because you're like if you have met me and think, oh yeah, like, I want to go out on a date with you and I think you're pretty and whatever, and then you're out liking loads of other girls' pictures. I'm just gonna be like, I'm not interested in someone who's for everyone.
No, you don't wanna share. Like, I think that's fair enough. Like, for me, if I was initial stage of dating, like, you can't really hold tabs on people.
No, no.
Like, you get a bit further in and you actually are like, "Oh, we talk every day." Like, we meet up, like, a couple of times a week. We stay at each other's houses, maybe you do the nasty.
Oops.
But, then it's like, why would you be liking another girl's
Well, yeah, and then I just
pictures?
think, well, if you're doing that, then you obviously
But then if you did that, like,
oh, they'd be shit.
equally, if we're gonna, like, be supportive of men as well,
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you were like, "Oh, we've got to another level, I'm gonna like one of your mates or someone you know," or it's different if you liking Jason Statham's picture, that's fine. It's a celebrity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're hot. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you like
Uh,
they especially in the early days when it's not even, like, deep. It's really not. Like, you've got further down the line, but you're in the early days, right, you've upset me, but crack on. So, in terms of, like, is that an ick? Yes, it's an ick when a certain someone
is
does
doing it
that. Yeah,
happened when I saw for this was a while ago, but I was kinda, like, dating someone and I saw that they'd, like, liked something on Instagram that was genuinely, like, quite offensive to me. Like, it was clearly about me that they'd seen it on Instagram, and I just happened in fact, one of my friends screenshotted it, and this is the problem with social media, but she screenshotted it, sent it to me, and it was very obviously aimed at me, and I was just like, "Ugh," and immediately I just thought,
that's an ick then, isn't
I
it?
just thought, "You're a dickhead, like, why are you fucking mugging me off?" Yeah,
Yeah.
but I do think it actually did, like, I was genuinely insulted, like, I was honestly and I think some of it's, like, a bit of a joke, and me and my friends send, like, stupid videos to each other all the time, but it's not ever, like, specific, it's just stupid stuff. It's just, like, silly videos that girls send to each other, like, about dating or about girlhood or whatever, and that's all well and good, and it's just us being silly, but we send it privately to
But to
each other,
like it
like
like that. I know which one you're on about,
yeah,
and
and
I'm
it
not
was
gonna
yeah, but it
call
was
out the
no, no,
person,
no,
but
no, of
it was
course not.
rude.
It was
Like,
fucking insulting, to
yeah,
be
it's
honest.
rude, and it's also like, of course, who else is that gonna be about? Like, why did they do that? Why did they like that? And even if it wasn't about a set person, I think it was rude, and I think it was I don't know who they were directing it at,
No,
but
well, I
if
don't
they
either,
thought
but
that
maybe
they
that's
were
just I've taken offense to something that maybe wasn't
but it shouldn't have
actually
been, like, liked anyway because it was rude, and I think you're gonna have to, like, maybe widen up what you're talking about, not the person, but,
no.
like, what was kind of outlined in that comment.
What you want me to say what it was?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the post was basically alluding to the fact that you can't be asked to talk to your situationship. And it was basically saying, like, you don't wanna be rude, but you don't wanna talk to your situationship.
Offensive.
Well, it's just fucking like, and do you know what? That was the moment I just thought, like, God, like, that is just an awful thing, and if that's about me, if that's how you feel about me, please, please fucking leave me alone. Like, if that's genuinely how you feel about this situation and that you don't wanna talk to me, then fucking don't talk to me. Like, honestly, I couldn't give a fuck, but don't fucking talk to me. And then my friends are sending it to me because 'cause they've seen it.
It's embarrassing, yeah.
Well, it's embarrassing for
Yeah,
I
for
was
you,
embarrassed.
correct.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
embarrassed. I was literally like, as if that's how you feel, like, that's God, like, I'm so sorry that I've ever fucking even entered your magnetic aura because I'm like, clearly, you are far too good for me.
I don't think so.
No. Anyway, so that was that.
Next. Literally
Next.
next.
Thank you, next. Well, this is on to the next topic, leading very nicely into the next topic. Male versus female icks. I had a very in-depth conversation with my male friends about this. Yes, yes. So men do get the ick,
Okay.
apparently.
Yeah.
I can't speak for men because I'm not one. But do men get the ick differently? And one of my friends said, men do get the ick, but it's probably not over like little trivial things in the same way that, you know, how we've been joking about all these stupid
Mm.
things, we're like saying about all these silly little things that have given us the ick over the years. And he gave me a few examples of what would give a man the ick. So, number one was being rude to hospitality staff.
Right, I get this.
But
And
I think that would
actually,
give anyone the ick.
you know what? Like, no, but it's what do you define as rude? But being rude, like if you're gonna be like, no, 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 and rude,
Oh
but
yeah, that
or no, that's a complete ick, 100%. And I feel like men don't say, whereas I think women will turn around and go, I did ask for, that bottle of sparkling water like 20 minutes ago.
yeah,
Whereas men
yeah.
will just shut up and put up. And I'm like, no.
Mm,
So is that you being rude, or is that just you being like, oh no, I'm paying for this service, like, you should be doing what you're supposed to be doing. We all know what you get paid and what you're paying for, and you're paying for a service. So that isn't rude. But if they were like, if
clicking the
any,
fingers.
oh God, if you're talking about that, then no,
Yeah,
that's
that's what he
disgusting.
meant.
Right. Well, what is he saying that a woman has done that?
No, he was just saying like that is something that would give me if I was out on a date with a woman and she was like clicking her fingers
But
at
who,
no, but some people are like that, aren't they? Like,
what
some
women?
yeah, like I know, like yeah, people are like that. Some people are just genuinely like rude to hospitality staff, and I think when you've worked in hospitality, you tend to not be rude to hospitality staff because you know what a
No.
shit fucking time you can have.
Yeah, of
And
course. But no, that would be, yeah, if someone, but then equally that'd be a man and a woman thing because you
yeah,
are. So yeah, we've gone through two sides of that.
yeah.
But I think if they did like do that and like if as if that's to try and impress you, man or woman, I'd be like, no, that's embarrassing.
So yes, that's a fair ick. But he was also saying because I mean I've talked to a couple of people about this, and someone else who I spoke to about this said I don't think that men necessarily get the ick like women do, and where it completely like they're like, "Oh my god," and then it's you can't come back from it. It was like, I think that there's certain things that which probably are just red flags that you just wouldn't put up with, but I don't he said, "I don't think that" I asked him to name, like, some of his icks, and it actually really made me laugh. Like, he sent me a voice note, and he
Right.
said this was one of his icks, and this is also, like, a stupid fucking thing, but he said, when you're at at a party or whatever and you're playing a game, and I was like, "So what do you mean?" I was like, "Are we 16? What?"
Passing games.
And he said, like, "So you're playing a game like Two Truths and a Lie?" And I was like, "Who's doing this? Like, where have you been?" That
I don't
but
think
he
I've ever
said
done that.
someone refusing to, like, participate in a game or, like, refusing to get involved is an ick. And I'm like, "Yeah, I can kinda see that."
But why would they be refusing?
No, like, so they just don't wanna 'cause they think they're just like, "Oh, no, I'm not doing that, like, it's embarrassing."
Yeah,
Like,
because I think
not
it's showing
willing.
you up as well. If that's your
Yeah,
missus or like that's your fella and they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, I'm not doing that."
like, not willing to get
Yeah,
involved, like, don't
no,
wanna be involved in the fun, bit of a buzzkill. I think
yeah.
I agree with that.
Do you know one thing that actually follows on neatly from that is when they're like, "I'm not getting a photo."
Oh my god, I hate that so
And
much.
it's like, maybe like, right, maybe you're not a photo person, but it's like, "Oh, were you there?" Like,
Well, yeah, but is
so
that
there's the New Year's Eve pic, right? You've got everyone there.
yeah, but is that just them, especially if you're, like, it's early stages of dating, is that
I
just
don't
them,
give
like,
a fuck,
not wanting to be seen with you there, and that also isn't it?
but like, what you can't like, "Oh, I'm not getting in that photo." Why? Like, that photo's not going anywhere,
No.
and it quite often isn't. It's for memories. It's for you to look back on and go, "Oh, that was sweet. Like, look at us, like, look
Yeah,
how
yeah,
happy
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
were."
very true.
And then it's like, "Oh, no, I'm not getting in the photo," and dodging the head. That's like a no, like, someone's taking a picture and they're like that. So that
Oh,
follows on
yeah,
actually quite
it
nicely from
does.
that.
So, there's a question here. Are women more observant or just more honest? I don't think women are more honest. I think actually women are more likely not to say anything because
Correct, because we think we're gonna upset them.
yeah, so I would say women probably are just more observant and don't say anything.
I think, in my opinion on that one, is that we hold things back because I'm not saying that women care more at all, but we kind of sometimes dance around things because we really want it to work.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we are invested
Mhm.
from the start. Like I said, we are invested, so we're not gonna upset the apple cart for no reason. So we'll hold on to things, and actually, we've noticed it, it's all there, and we're clever, so
Mhm.
we're gonna store that, and we're gonna come at you with
Yeah.
collateral if we need to,
Yeah.
right? But that's not what we need to do. But equally, calling someone out on every niggly thing when a man's like, "What you on about? I didn't even remember that."
Yeah.
What you like, say something really minor annoyed you, they're like, "Eh, what day was that? When was that? What
Exactly.
time?" So you chalk it up is what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Chalk,
yeah.
chalk, chalk, and then you go, "Right." But then unfortunately, that's our rig because you come out with a bang.
Well, yeah, and that's
It
it.
all comes out and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
Like, what are you on about? When did I say that?" And you're like, 2003, 20th of April, October at 6:52 or whatever," and it all
And
starts
then they're
coming out.
like, "Oh my god, you're a fucking
Psycho.
absolute
Yeah.
psycho." Yeah. So, I actually think it is that women are just more observant. So, there's also something I wanna talk about and put in the because I need to explain this properly, because
Right.
otherwise it's gonna come across really shitty and I don't want it to. So, I'm getting in position to
Ease up.
explain myself.
Okay.
So, I spoke to my friend about this as well. The prompt for this bit is X men admit versus the ones they definitely have but won't say. And what I mean by that, so men will say like those things that I said to you before, like what my friend sent me, like they're just normal icks. They're like just things that whatever. But say you've been seeing someone, I'm gonna contextualize hard now because I don't wanna make anyone feel like I'm coming at men because this is absolutely not what I'm doing. You've been seeing someone and then you get to know them. And I can relate to this like hard because it's happened to me. And sometimes, not all men, this is not applicable to everybody. They'll go, or instead of just saying to the person they're dating, because fine, like everybody has an ego, don't they? But instead of just saying to the person they're dating, like, oh, it intimidates me that you are so confident, or it intimidates me that or it makes me feel a little bit like
Emasculated maybe.
emasculated,
Yeah.
yeah, and I completely understand because I think there's another I'm gonna flip it around in a minute and talk about it the other way. Instead of saying that, they'll go, "Oh, she was just too much. She was just too intense, like, she was just too much, like, she just wanted I just didn't want a relationship." I like and they come up instead of just admitting that I wouldn't even say that it's an ick, but they're just not feeling it, and so they've talked themselves out of it. Because instead of just admitting that it's because it's dented their ego a little bit maybe that this woman's got a really good job and she's doing all this stuff and she's confident and she has loads of friends and she's popular and she goes out and she posts loads of pictures of herself, and instead of just being like, "Oh, that kinda made me feel a little bit emasculated," and like, "Oh, I don't know if I like that," they go, "Oh, she's just too much." And then
That's an ick, them saying it's too much.
well, yeah, and I did also think about it the other way around.
Yeah,
So there are things that women will not admit, and I know this. So it's like like if they do certain things, like certain behaviors, or and I don't like it might not even be to do with like successfulness or blah blah blah, but if a man, I think women won't actually admit how they feel sometimes because you're almost programmed to be a bit of a people pleaser. I am a massive people pleaser. It's an actual problem. I am not very good at setting boundaries. I'm not very good at saying how I feel because I'm so conscious of like hurting someone's feelings. And I'm like, oh my God, like I really don't want this to come across like I'm being this, or like someone has done a behavior. And this literally happened. Someone acted in a way that I didn't like. I was genuinely like really, really upset by that behavior, but I didn't want to call it out because I was so like, oh, but if I call it out, like he's going to think this or he's going to think that. I did call it out in the end and he reacted exactly the way that I expected. I think women are pre-programmed to not admit certain things because we're told a little bit to, oh no, because if you say that he's going to think
yeah,
you're
it's gonna
crazy,
be
or if you do that he's going to think you're crazy. If you admit that his behavior was wrong, he's going to go and slag you off to all the mates group chat and blah blah, and he's going to put this narrative out about you.
But
So I
then
think it works both ways. And I think it's like it's all about the reaction that you're expecting or the reaction you think that
but
you
you've
might
already
get.
thought about it. Do you know somebody said to me once, like, "If you thought about it twice, you've thought about it too many times."
Oh my God, that's such good
In it,
advice.
but equally, if we're there thinking about something 10 times a day and they're still in bed thinking, "She alright?" Probably not even thinking, "Is she
No,
alright?"
I don't think they even. Yeah,
Exactly, but
yeah.
we're there stressing ourselves out. Do you know how bad stress is for the body?
That is literally what happens to me though. You know exactly what the situation,
Exactly.
and like I was like, "Oh my God, I can't say anything." And then I thought I was like, "No,
What
'cause
am I
if
on
I don't
about?
say this, I'm just gonna be pissy about it."
In the
Yeah, yeah,
end,
yeah.
then you get to blows and they'll say something and do the dirty on you about saying something, and you'll be like, "Right, fuck you," like, "Duh, duh, duh," and they'll just be like, "Who's that? Like, what
Yeah,
who am
what
I to be?"
yeah.
And then it comes out.
I always think about, like, my temper and, 'cause I'm very good at like, I used to have, like, an absolute shitter of a temper, and I was an absolute
Correct.
nightmare. And now I think about it as, like, like, have you ever seen Hercules, like, the Disney,
Yeah.
and I am literally Hades. Do you know what I mean? So, like,
I love it.
I'm, like, trying to keep it under wraps, and, there's, like, that thing where you're, like, his head just goes, like, the fire.
Yeah,
Like, that's what happens to me, so, like, I have to really try all the time. I'm always
yeah,
like,
keep
"No,
it
no,
down.
no," but,
Yeah,
like, the older I've got, I mean, the more chilled out I am. Yeah,
I
I've got really
accept.
good at, like, walking away from stuff now, so, like,
Correct.
just, like, being like, "Oh, it's not even worth the fucking
It's
ag, it's
because you
not."
embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to 10,
Oh, yeah, you're actually yeah.
and I've already said to, like, a relationship, like, "If you get me there, I don't wanna be with you
Oh,
because I don't wanna
100%.
see Psycho Sophia anymore."
But I think it's like the other week, like, when we were talking about this, like, I literally was at, like, 4, and I
And
thought
that's nothing,
and then I was
right?
like but I didn't even, do you know what?
But it's you feel like you're letting yourself down.
Yeah, but then I was also like, that just made me think, like, if I'm even at this point, like, why am I even doing this?
No.
Like,
You
why am I
don't
so bothered about someone that's not bothered? Do you know what I
If
mean?
they were bothered, it's worth getting to, like, up to your levels, which for me is 6,
Yeah.
right? But if they're worth it, and you know who I'm talking about now,
Mhm.
then it's worth getting to 6, but that's on the cusp. You're
Yeah,
getting a
yeah,
bit
yeah.
close to the wire there, right? But if they're not, fuck
Like, why am
that,
I
like,
even asked?
no.
And, so I do think, and, like, the men in my life have confirmed that, yes, men do get the ick. Like, he went and asked, like, his group chat.
I love this.
I know, yeah. It's someone that we both know submitted these.
Okay, right.
So and yeah, he went and asked, like, his group chat, and he's literally, like, he's one of my best mates, and he went and asked the group chat, and he's like,
Okay.
honestly, he was like, "I don't think that men even think about it, like, in the same way. They're just like, 'Oh, well, if I like her, I like her.'" But I think it's the way they express, which obviously we're gonna talk about, like, toxic dating culture and everything next week, but the way that, like, they express things is probably very different to women, whereas women are very
You need to get it out.
very yeah, but I'm also very careful about not upsetting someone's feelings. That my issue is that I am a people pleaser, and I always want everyone to, like, not be mad at me. So, like, if someone's mad at me, like, I'm like, "Oh my god, I need to fix it now." Sometimes you just can't fix stuff.
No!
Sometimes it's not even worth fixing it, like, what like, alright.
Equally, like I say, sometimes take certain quotes, what I say, "Let sleeping dogs lie." Sometimes silence is golden. If
Yeah,
you thought about it twice, it's too many times. All these comments, babe.
yeah.
Listen,
I
Sophia
know. I'm
means
gonna make, like, a
wisdom.
reel, and it's just gonna be Sophia's fucking words of advice.
Oh,
So
and also, sorry, just slightly off piece here, but when you said about men having an ick, did you watch on, I'm a Celebrity, where they asked H, what did he think about, like, what's an ick for you? And
no.
he went, a woman coming in thinking she's the it girl, and he was like, I would straight away not even look at her.
Yeah,
And
but do you know what? That's what a lot of my friends have said. That is honestly, like, I've asked, like, 3 separate people who are, like, my male friends, and that's what they've said. They've all been like, a girl that thinks she's the absolute bee's knees.
'cause I think it's emasculating for them, because then they're like, "Oh."
Well,
Then
maybe they haven't thought that far ahead about it, but maybe that is what it is. I don't know.
because he said, because obviously there was a thing in the jungle about maybe him and
Yeah, Shona, yeah,
Shona,
yeah.
and he was like, somebody said, like, "What kind of girl would you go for?" And I don't know ho well, obviously we know how we've got onto this, but he was like, "If a girl walks in the club and she thinks she's it, I won't even look at her." And I thought, "Sound, I like that." Because I wouldn't go into a club, we don't go clubbing, come on,
No,
that's too young for us now, but young still, 31.
yeah. I
Um,
don't go clubbing. I ain't
no,
got it in me.
no, literally, I can't
It's
do that.
wearing the heels for me. I can't be arsed,
And
man.
then it's
Do you know
the
what it is as
pebbles
well?
as well.
Like, obviously we're from Huddersfield. I'm not gonna go out in Huddersfield. So
And
if I'm going out, I'm going to either Leeds or I'm going to Manchester. I actually can't be asked going all that way to stand in a nightclub and think, "Oh my god, my feet hurt." I just can't be asked. I'd much rather go and, like, sit in the pub or, like, go for a nice dinner or, like, just go to, like, a bar, have
yeah,
a few drinks and then, like, be home. Yes, sometimes I do get a bit silly.
sometimes, but it's alright, especially at this time of year. But just finalising that one, that is what he said was an ick, and I do get
Well,
that.
you are.
Right,
Um,
let's go back to it.
so the last point that I wanna talk about is, are icks a defense mechanism? And is it so hear me out, I'll explain what I mean. So there's all this talk at the moment about, like, avoidant
Yeah,
attachment, anxious attachment, disorganized attachment, blah, 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 blah. I'm very much in the camp of I am a disorganized attachment person because I can be anxious. If someone's making me feel anxious, I will display the traits of someone that's anxiously attached. If someone is too full on with me, I go full the other way and I
you're
run
turning
to the
backwards,
hills.
yeah.
Like, well, you know, the situations that, like, I've
You've
discussed
been
this with
in,
you,
yeah,
like, literally, like, someone actually wanted to be with me and I, like, fully nearly fucked it up because I, like, ran.
for the
I
hills.
ran for the hill. I had to fucking come back and be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, that was me. That was bad. I'm so sorry." Like, literally had to do that. Like, someone literally was like, "I wanna be exclusive with you," and I was like, "Ah, no, my god," and, like, I lost my mind.
But is that like attachment
And it's a
issues?
yeah, well, it's just
Like,
I think it's, like, related to trauma. It's relationship trauma, isn't it? Let's be
yeah.
honest. But our icks, so these, like, silly little things, are they, like, part of that? So you're thinking of reasons not to be with someone. So are they an avoidant thing that you're, like, making up these stupid things in your head as a reason not to like somebody? Are they a fear of intimacy and a fear of getting too close to somebody?
Mm.
Or are they, like, a self-protection?
I think from your perspective, I think it's like, right, I cannot and will not be hurt again.
Oh, 100%.
So it's like, right, if
It
that's
is.
gonna not be right, if that's not gonna be right, I'm gonna put up a barrier. It's almost like self destruct mode. Yeah, self sabotage,
Yeah.
and like it's like, right, well, I'm already seeing that, so I'll protect myself. It's
Mhm,
like literally putting another layer of bubble wrap around yourself.
mhm.
That's how I feel about your situation.
I feel exactly the same. I was gonna say that about myself. I'm very
Guarded in a
guarded.
way. Don't let them too close because what if?
Yeah, like, I'm very open. I think, like, well, otherwise I wouldn't be sat here talking absolute bollocks on a podcast, would I? I am very open. I'm very, like, happy to discuss I'm happy to discuss my life to an extent, but I'm also happy to, like, talk about anything, like, and give my opinion and blah, blah. I am very opinionated, but I do think that there is this thing with me of because I've been through some not so nice things and not very nice times that if someone does get too close to me, I very much will, like, put up
Yeah,
wall after
the
wall after wall.
wall.
If but then that's not fair, and I know that.
No.
So for me, I think it is both a case of avoidance and fear of intimacy. It definitely
I
is.
don't think it's intimacy. It's like if you
Yeah, but
because your
intimacy
walls.
is in
Yeah,
letting
no.
someone know you. We were talking about whether icks are a defense mechanism, and do you think attraction, a relationship can survive an ick?
Of course it can. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's whether you can get past the ick. An ick is minor.
I
An
think an ick's
ick's not
minor.
a red flag.
Yeah.
A red flag is like, no, I don't know how we get past this. Whereas an ick, it's just like, oh, that makes me cringe a bit. But you can say to someone, oh, you're making me cringe a bit. Or, well, maybe you won't say it like that. But maybe you'd highlight, like, I mean,
Ooh,
this is
fucking
so,
cringe.
red flag is like, how do we
How I
get,
pass
yeah.
this.
Of course you can get past
Yeah, I think it can get past it. I think icks are sometimes like things you just make up in your head,
it.
like when
Yeah.
you just like maybe like you are feeling a bit like, oh my god, this is actually moving towards a relationship. Like I do tend to run away from that because it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And so like it's how you handle it. I think it's like how you handle it in your own head, not like how you deal with it with the person. It's how you
Yeah,
then
because
think about it and go, I'm just being so stupid here. Like this is a good person.
you need to say, "Oh, can I get past that?" "Yeah, of course I can."
Yeah.
"Can I get past that he wears a pink polo neck?" "No."
No, you that's literally like your non-negotiables.
That's another
Yeah,
one we talk about
non-negotiables.
non-negotiables.
We will talk about that.
100% because
We will.
that's something that you have to put out at the start. Like, no, that's a no. A red flag is something that you see and you're like, "Fucking hell, like this
Yeah,
could be toxic."
you're right.
Non-negotiables are from the start, like,
Non-negotiables.
"Oh,
So,
come on."
the last little bit that I wanna talk
Mhm.
about is what do you think your biggest ick is to a guy? So, like, I'll tell you what I think mine is.
Okay, you tell me first so I can think about mine because I think I'm perfect. No.
I think you're
No,
perfect.
I'm joking.
You
No,
don't have any
no,
icks.
I'm
I
totally
have so many.
joking.
But I think mine, like, and I know that this is probably like I am out myself. I just don't even care if I'm out myself. I'm being honest here. I would say I think when a lot of guys like get to know me, like my biggest ick for them is like what I was talking about earlier, like that social media, like very
Mm-mm.
like out there on social media. Like I post a lot, I talk a lot, blah blah. That's just who I am as a person, right? So if that's an ick, then they're just not my person.
Yeah,
Really.
so I think that could be maybe one of your icks, and if you're gonna ask me that back, I think an ick for the people that maybe I date a little bit older, but I would say that I overanalyze and I overthink. And I'd say that's
It-
an ick for men because they're like, well, for people I've dated, they're like, "What? I've not even thought about that. Like, how are you thinking about that,
Yeah,
Sophia?"
yeah, yeah,
And then they're like, "Bloody hell, have a word." Like, they're probably thinking, "Have a day off, Sophia. Get out your own mind."
yeah. Have a day
That's I
off.
yeah, literally. And I'll go, "Right, alright, I'll have a day off. See you next week."
Yeah.
And you'll be struggling when you want me nursing you by your side when
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
hungover.
When you're on the deathbed,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
when you're on your deathbed.
And you're thinking, "Right, I could do with a here now." So you kinda gotta take the rough with the smooth, I think,
Well, I think
but
everyone that dates, like everyone that's dating or like is in a relationship or whatever, like there's always like little things about your other half that like might annoy you or might like you might think, oh god, like cringe or like, do you know what I mean? I think there's always little things. I think it's
but
like that
once
ability to look
past it, yeah,
and
do
be
you
like, oh,
know
actually, like yeah, she might be a bit like this or she might do that, but actually she's like a fucking great gal.
I agree with that
She's
comment,
a
and
fucking great
somebody
gal.
again, another wise word, right? Somebody said to me, when you're in love with someone, when you love them for their imperfections,
Oh my god, that's precious.
isn't it?
That's
Right?
really
So
nice.
that's like, in my opinion, the epitome of what love is. Like, something does bother you, but you're
Yeah,
saying about an ache, how do you learn to get past it? Do you learn to go, "Oh, do you know, I know I'm gonna come home to this," and you're gonna be like, "What's it?" But you
but you
kinda
love it.
laugh.
Yeah, you, like, giggle
Yeah,
about it.
it's a joke
Yeah, and
then.
it's like a little thing that maybe, you know, when you first met them, you're like, "Oh god, I don't know about that," and actually, as time goes on, you're like, "Oh, that's actually really sweet."
When you just, like, you know that it's gonna
Yeah,
happen,
yeah, yeah.
and they're not gonna change it. Like, I've had many things commented to me, and they're like, "Sophia, the bag lady," he actually said to me, this is actually quite funny. He said, "Every time you come in my house, you look homeless." And I was like, "What do you mean I look homeless?" And he was like, "You've always got 50 bags. Why?" He was like,
You
"So."
do always have, like, loads of bags.
I know, I
Ew.
know. So he's like, "You part live here with me."
So he's, like, learned to love your ick of having 800,000 bags.
Bag lady.
Bag lady.
That's what they know me at work. They say Sophia the bag lady.
That's it. Icks. Disgust. Completed it. Given ourselves the ick.
Yep,
Probably given a
a
lot of
lot of
people
people,
the
yeah,
ick.
but I'm alright with it.
I'm alright, I couldn't
I
give a
don't
fuck.
no.
I could not give a flying fuck. So, next week,
Okay.
we're talking about toxic dating culture,
Mhm.
ghosting, breadcrumbing.
I don't see, I didn't even know what that
Yeah, I
meant
know. Well,
until
you'll
you
find
told
out
me.
next week 'cause I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is because it's
Mm.
just fucking happened to me.
Ugh.
Oh, so we're gonna talk about all that next week. We're gonna talk about situationships, my area of expertise.
Mm.
Area of expertise. Yeah. Shout out to anyone that's been in a situationship with me.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
So I think we need to shout out to people and say,
we
"Right,
do. We'll put a poll up on the Instagram.
what is a
Get
non."
people's non-negotiables. Speaking of the Instagram, if you haven't already, please go and follow it at
Sorry, I'm, like,
Nowt But Red
melting.
Flags Pod on Instagram. Also on TikTok. Go and have a look. The link's in the Instagram bio because I'm very organised and I've
Cheers.
she's a social media queen.
Cheers.
I have sorted it. If there is anyone listening that wants to send us a story,
Something that we can laugh about and be like, "Oh my god," make it like the worst you can give us.
yeah,
That
like
we're
we love
both,
it.
like, shocked.
Nothing shocks me really, but I mean, that fancy and the sister, that did get me a little bit, I must
But
admit.
that's hilarious because we kind of all know someone who's,
Well,
like,
yeah,
had that where you're a
weird.
bit like, "Do you fancy sibling? You're weird,
Very, very strange.
incestuous."
And yeah, that's it. Until next week, if it feels off, it probably is.